All right, guys, welcome back to the Discovering Eden podcast. My name is Brandon,
I'm Jonathan.
and we should have hit record way earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be funny if we repeat it now.
All I can say is it involved water and boards.
And hoses. And Joey Chestnut. And hot dogs.
Think of whatever you want out of all that combination, and just imagine it probably worse.
Yeah.
It's probably a fair assumption.
Fair assumption. Alas, I don't feel like my... Whoa, throat's getting a little stingy there. Is that the right word? That wasn't even close to the right word. Stingy? My throat is stingy? What does that even mean?
I don't know. Your throat
Take that as you will, too. I don't know what that means.
Your throat just like, I don't want to.
I'm feeling a little hoarse. Nay. All right. Brandon, what are we talking about before I lose the script too early?
No, it's already gone.
Okay, well, let's try to find it before, it runs away.
So something, I mean, obviously we'll get to prayer because we 100% need it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of looking back because we took a little bit of a break with Christmas break and basically winter break and all.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking a look back at the videos and I'm like, because even when we were recording the fire, like the 3 P's of the fire,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So it's something just wasn't meshing well. Like it didn't seem like it was the right
Direction.
or vibe, a vibe check, if you will. We're gonna still do water, but I think we're gonna go in a different direction. It's gonna be more back and forth.
Sorry, I keep hearing a door, and I'm like, is that Marty?
Yeah, Marty might pop in the middle of this episode. We'll really see and find out because the doors were locked, and that was fun. So, well, at least we're here. Jonathan was gone the last couple that we recorded, so
I was off getting jolly for Christmas.
holly jolly.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing Christmas carols. It's over.
It's done. This is January now.
I'll be back.
He'll be back.
Yeah, so I was gone. I had some prior engagements, but I'm back now to completely derail the conversation as per usual. But we'll give it a couple minutes. Let the serious stuff happen.
Yeah, I almost actually recorded an episode this past week. Because it was my buddy's wedding and I was a groomsman in it. And I'm like, you know what? How about we just grill him for questions and then post it on the channel? And apparently that's what they do on their podcast. They did that the last wedding for my buddy Trent. So, Matt, he'll be on the channel soon enough. He actually has a podcast. I tried looking it up myself. There's a lot of YouTube channels or whatever called 42 North, but that's it. That's the podcast. So yeah, if you're interested, check it out. Maybe I'll post a link in the description below if I remember, which hopefully I will. It's just kind of how that works.
He says that, but well, I'm not gonna check to verify if he posted the link. I'll forget. But if I don't, feel free to send a flock of crows to my house, whatever that means.
Oh,
like no, not a flock. It's a murder of crows. That sounds better, and it's accurate. A murder of crows sounds terrifying.
They're gonna haunt you. Yeah, keep hearing doors.
The door keeps opening, but I still do not see our friend.
Well, maybe if we pray about it.
Or we send a murder of crows.
What do you propose?
I'm not sure. Do they come with insurance in case it fails?
You didn't rhyme it.
Was I supposed to rhyme it?
Oh, I don't know, I suppose.
I'm going to send, hear me out, murder of crows. I know you want me to rhyme it, but I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go with that because it's going, my mind is fixated right now. I've got a one-track mind, Brandon.
You could have said pros.
I could have
said propose.
Okay,
like I said.
like I said, one-track mind. I'm right now picturing, crows.
Okay, well, we need to pray about this. So I'm gonna pray us in.
Crows are in the future. I'm kidding.
Without further ado, we need help. So, dear God, I just whew, let all the giggles and wiggles out. Even though they're not gonna leave, but that's kind of what makes it fun. But I just pray that you were just gonna be in this conversation for wherever it goes. I know it's gonna deviate a little bit. It's already deviated a lot, but that's just kind of how things go. That's just par for the course here. I pray first and foremost that whatever that you want to have been said, Lord, that you would elevate that, highlight it, have it stick out, and be memorable. And whatever isn't, that it may fall to the ground, be forgotten. If it's nothing that is worthwhile or helpful for anybody. But I also want us to be enjoyable to listen to, and I kind of want, first and foremost, God, you to be glorified and magnified above all else. But also to be enjoyable to listen to. So I know I just repeated the exact same thing, but God, you know where we're going with this. But just be with us in our conversations. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, bumper. Before I forget. So, bumper. All right, we're back. We just sent Marty a eulogy.
I did. I maybe repeated a little Heart of Darkness.
Oh,
I hated that book in high school. I just remember the horror. I was telling Brandon, I said, I keep hearing the door, like a door in the church, just opening and closing. And I'm like, is he here? And then I don't see his face pop into the room, and my heart breaks.
Like, I really want him to just pop in and go, hey, how's it going, Marty? And sit down. We're recording.
Well, it'll actually be more awkward than that, because I'll have to stand up at like so. And then I'll have to step out of the camera frame like so. And then he'll have to get in, and then I'll have to not trip over the cord as I sit back down, and then it would be play out just like that, except Marty would be here.
No, what you need to do is fly over top of the camera.
Like a murder of crows. Or like Superman. Like Superman pose. But Marty would be sitting here. I would fly right into Marty. Knock him over like a domino.
I love you.
So I know I'm the one who usually derails the conversation, so I'm going to try to be the opposite today, at least temporarily. Where are we going?
So what I initially had written down, it was kind of like it's God within or God like they're all relating to water.
Gotcha.
And we'll do that, but I kind of wanted to start with, okay, we kind of had this with fire, so maybe we touch on fire at some point later in the video, but we'll start with water because fire, water, we're at water. So when you think of water, what is the first thing that comes to mind?
I mean,
maybe not the.
No, that's not where I was going. Stop it. I was thinking like, ocean, but that sounds stupid.
Ocean.
Ocean. I guess. Again, I guess that's the first thing that came to my mind. Ocean. But I'm like trying to wrap my brain.
And then when you say ocean, I'm like, shining.
So it's like to give a picture of where my mind's at right now. Like ocean is at the forefront when you say what's the first thing that comes to water, and then it's like there's
What's
a
the
car,
first thing that
there's like
comes to
traffic
water?
like going towards the ocean, and then it's like trying to divert and like 'cause I'm trying to figure out a different thought. That made no sense, but maybe it gave some sort of picture into the millions of thoughts racing through my mind right now. Because I think when you're thinking of like water, not just ocean. Okay, I'm just.
This is gonna be an episode.
Water is nourishment. That's where I was trying to go.
Water is water, guys. I mean, come on. Don't you know?
Like I said, the try not to derail it was temporary.
We already know this is gonna happen.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to improve. That was my New Year's resolution, and I botched it.
Gosh dang it! Now I need a new one.
New Year's resolution.
It doesn't exist.
Murder of crows to everyone. Everyone who slighted me is getting a murder of crows.
Oh my goodness! Why stop mentioning that?
I just think it's such a funny name. Because, you know, you think it'd be like, oh, flock of crows. No, it's not a flock, it's a murder of crows. Sounds so devious, diabolical. What kind of devilry is this?
Okay, anyway, getting back to point.
What would you say? What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you say water?
Well, when I think of it, I mean, probably because of where we are, I think of rain. I think of the Great Lakes, things like that. I think of more natural.
Okay, now I
kind
feel
of-
far less stupid for thinking of ocean.
Yeah. I think, but I mean, I was thinking of this actually in church as well. The nourishment, if you want to call it that, side of things. Because and let's dive into that a little bit. So, when I was thinking about it, okay, so what do humans need to survive?
Water.
Food, water, shelter.
Yeah.
Different things like that.
The basics.
Yeah. And if you think about it, fire acts as shelter
Mm-hmm.
in some ways. Water acts as nourishment.
Mhm.
And water is definitely mentioned as nourishment in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, I think of Jesus at the well with the woman at the well. You know, if you drink from me, you'll never thirst
Yeah.
again.
Water of life, sort of.
Water
thing.
of life. Because that's, again, going to that conversation of you need water to survive. It's an essential building block of life. So, obviously, there's a lot of fire and water motifs in the Bible. Water is one that I think is the most prevalent. That didn't sound like a door.
It's just my drum set.
Got my kick drum in the back. And I don't know, because a lot of times we think of things in terms of good and bad,
Mm-hmm.
good and evil, different things like that. Water, like, obviously we both mentioned like the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
rain, the Great Lakes, things like that. Those aren't good or bad. They just simply exist.
Yeah.
Now, I did mention rain a little bit because too much of it can be bad.
It's the same idea with fire, though, right? Like, there's bad aspects to it, just as there's good aspects.
Like you can have too much, too little, just right. You know, you get the
There is the destructive
yeah.
properties of water, just as there is the beneficial.
Because you can have a drought, and guess what? Water, great. Too much, well, now you have a flash flood, and then that's not so good.
Your backyard's a swimming pool all of a sudden.
Hey, maybe some people like that.
Well, you know, I wish I had a swimming pool growing up. We were too poor.
This is not a lake.
I had the floaties, no swimming pool to use them. So you're just sitting there in the backyard, like, where do I go?
Just I'm swimming, Ma.
Yeah, the neighbors thought we were weird, but I was in the pool. Use your imagination.
How'd you get there? Murder crows.
Caw! It sounded like a I don't, you know what? I don't even know what it sounded like.
Sarcastic.
The cacaw, I was thinking more like a steamed gentleman, like
caw.
cacaw. Okay, before we get a weird image in my head that gets me off topic, let's get back on.
Too bad. We're already like off topic.
Bum, bum, bum. I'm gonna keep looking out that window. Like every noise I hear just gives me a little jump. And I'm like, oh, he's here.
Yeah. So going back to water and being kind of building block of life, I was thinking even to how like the Jews would view water. Living water is a phrase that you hear a lot in the Bible. And there's a Hebrew term for that. It's called mikvah.
Mikvah.
Mikvah, which, well, means basically living water or rushing water. It has to be not stagnant. And so, like in purifying rituals or whatever, they would, go into the pool of mikvah to kind of be cleansed because it's running. It washes over you.
Mm-hmm.
There's this living aspect to the water. It's always moving.
There's a personification.
Yes, there's a personification. And why, like, when Jesus says, I am the living water, like...
It's again kind of this idea that he's referencing something they would understand, right?
Yeah. And the more we can put ourselves into that, perspective, you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
I can understand it.
See, I didn't even know there was a term for that, so I'm learning something new as well, which is very interesting.
And hopefully y'all are too. But like it's so interesting. It's my favorite word.
Mikvah's your favorite word?
Interesting.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
And I think back, because I've gone to Israel, Jordan, Egypt, like some of those places. I've had the awesome opportunity to do that. Been blessed to do it.
Yeah.
With my dad especially. And I think of like the cisterns and all that kind of, because water wasn't let's say, fresh water wasn't a common commodity in the ancient world.
No.
I mean, you had the Dead Sea,
which,
good luck drinking from that one.
Aptly named, right?
Yeah, you drink too much of it, and what happens? Well, you die. Congratulations. You got, yeah.
Some might say there's even been a murder.
The crows be okay now.
Okay. Yeah, Dead Sea.
Yep.
Aptly named.
Yeah, because anything of it, it'll basically just
it's unable to live.
Yeah. Unless you're salt, then maybe you live.
Sometimes I'm salty, like personality wise.
Anyway, we're getting off topic. I'm just gonna stop us there. So, water.
Drink of refined men.
It's also, I find it kind of weird sometimes, and it's understandable for the time it's in. But like water into wine.
Oh yeah,
like different things like that. It's like, why did Jesus turn it into wine? Well, because it was safer to drink than water was at the time.
that is like kind of like it's one of those things that shocks you a little bit as a kid. Like,
I was told alcohol was bad for you.
Like, yeah, I mean, it kind of like, I mean, you get I get the logic behind it, in context. But as a kid who didn't know the context, it was just like, this is what it is. This is how it is. It's like, oh, that sounds not right.
Yeah, and then we're like here drinking water and everything that's purified and all that stuff without a knowledge or scope of anything in the world. It's just like,
Why didn't he turn it into Dasani? It's so good.
It wasn't refined enough for Aquafina.
All right. Yikes. All right. I need a filter. Like, every time something stupid comes out of my mouth, just, like, bleep it out.
Do you know what's worse?
Hmm.
Like, I was thinking when you're like Dasani, I'm like, Nestle. Yeah. You know, because Nestle owns, like, a water brand. Like
Nestle owns the universe. That and Disney. Like, they're fighting each other for the stranglehold over everything.
We're just going to go off topic if we just stay there. So we'll leave that there.
Yeah. Feel free to debate it in the comments. Who wins, Nestle or Disney?
Neither. Wallace and Gromit all the way. Cheese.
Oh.
Cheese. Okay. Anyways.
It was probably better when I didn't speak in the early episodes. Then, at least the smart stuff would be said, and I wouldn't be so distracting. Now I just talk a lot, and it's all stupid. Just I'm like Pac-Man, just wow, 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 wow.
Not the peanuts for the other?
No,
Wah,
because
wah, 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 wah.
Maybe.
Anyway, we actually need to talk about something. We've kind of done it, but not really. It also kind of shows that I've kind of decided to go a different direction, hoping it would base it off of the discussion we had, and then the discussion has been nothing but like going off rails.
Yeah, I mean, well, part of it is I've been gone for the last 3 weeks, so
Have fun.
so I don't remember what we were talking about beforehand. But I definitely caught up on the videos that were posted in my absence.
So, let's go. I guess we'll just leave the conversation we were at.
Let it sit.
Let it sit.
Let it settle.
Hopefully not fester.
Maybe we'll come back to it later when we're in a better place.
So when we think of, Jesus and water or God and water, I mentioned the woman at the well before and living water. What's another Bible passage or different aspect that you can think of when it comes to water and God?
Okay, there's the obvious one with the flood. But again, not the first thing that came to my mind. The first thing that came to my mind was actually Jesus calming the storm. Which again, we kind of talk about, there's destructive properties to water, and, a storm kind of is associated with that. But then it's just, here's the calm in the storm. Here's the thing that will settle that destructive nature, kind of bring peace to it.
Well,
that's where my mind just jumps.
It's also the authority aspect of God has authority over the seas and the wind and the storms and everything that life has to throw at you or throw at nature or whatever.
Right.
Because the first thing that came to my mind was Jesus walking on the water. Again, it's showing the authority that I am God. Jesus has that authority over water, quite literally in this instance.
Sorry. Had to get the yawn out.
He's stepping on it. Stepping on the water. But something I think could be applicable to us even is that same invitation is offered to us. Because you see Peter also walking on water as long as he's looking at Jesus and believing and trusting that, putting full faith and confidence in him. because it's when Peter doesn't do that. He goes, "Oh shoot, I'm standing on water." And
Yeah.
then he goes, "Oh, I can't swim, even though I'm a fisherman." I mean, it would still be kind of freaky. Like, Jesus, this is so cool. Wait, what's cool? Oh no. Water's getting everywhere. Jesus, help, help. I can't swim. I'm just too shocked. I almost want to see like what the other disciples thought of
that moment.
Yeah, of that moment of Peter just walking out, cuz Peter is like his mind is like one track.
Oh yeah, sounds familiar.
When he where he thinks of something, he's like almost like action before thinking, which is a good thing and a bad thing all in one.
Yeah, everybody's got their qualities.
So he acts like, all right, can I do that too, Jesus? Here, I'll get out with Jesus like, absolutely, sure. It's like, here, come on. He's like, awesome. And then, I don't know how long it would have been before he's like, oh no. Jesus, there's water on my feet. Well, of course there is. You're on top of it. No, it's what, Jesus, why are you taller than me now? I seem to be shrinking. Oh, I'm sinking. What a sinking feeling. Like, I want to know what like Thomas, for example, would think of that. Doubting Thomas, for those who may know. Like, the dude's standing on water, walking on water. I know, like, there's some things that can be explained with science, in the Bible, for example. Like, I think of, crossing of the Red Sea, different things like that, with translations of Sea of Reeds being in more the northern aspect of, like, the Sinai or something similar to that. Yeah. And being more of like a seiche. So if you know what a seiche is, it's a period of time where if there's it's very conditional. Really strong winds, like the night before, different things like that, can basically blow open a path. It's kind of like a low tide.
Oh, okay.
Kind of
That's
what it becomes. So it blows it out to sea. Like, yeah. So, look, dry land. And then over time, it rushes back in. Except not so much rushes, but I don't know. So, like, some of those things could be maybe explained, but I've been to the Sea of Galilee. Yeah, no, Seiche is gonna make that nice and
easy to walk through.
Nice and easy to walk through. It's a wee bit deeper than that. And I'm pretty sure people would notice if there was something called like a seiche or something similar to that happened. Yeah. Oh, like somewhat in the middle of the sea. I mean, it's not even that big, to be fair. Like the lake. When I think of a lake, I've been kind of spoiled because I look at the lake and I go, like Lake Michigan. It looks like an ocean. Yeah. Now you can see literally everything on the Sea of Galilee. As in, you could be in the center of it and you see land all around you. And it doesn't even look that far away. Which is crazy, because it's like, this is called the sea? This is a sea. I might venture to guess that I might call this a pond.
Maybe a nice bathtub. Jacuzzi even.
Yeah. But beyond that, yeah.
Interesting.
It's
pretty small.
Walking on water. I'm already venturing off. Because that's mine goes places. So, authority that God has over the water, just like God had authority also over fire. With the furnace of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that story, where there's another in the fire with them. Yeah, it just shows God's authority over these things. And these are like some of the main building blocks of life. So you have shelter, you have food, water, different things like that. And even to the point of, okay, so if you don't want to say fire is shelter, so to speak, let's think about it in terms of, okay, Garden of Eden, and Adam and Eve realize they may have no clothes on. They don't have Duluth trading. They don't have any of that stuff. And they're like, oh no, we must hide ourselves. And God's like, no, I got you. And he takes the initiative to get clothes for them by slaughtering his own creation to clothe them with, wool and other things like that. And it shows like the different, it shows a little bit of a different side of God. Because I think sometimes we can think of God as almighty, which is true. But sometimes when you view God so much in the divine, we lose sight of his humanity. That's willing to do some of these things. So when it's, drink from me and you'll never thirst again. Sure, he has authority over water, as you can see with walking on water, different things like calming the storms, everything like that. But it's like, also, I want what's best for you, and I want you to be nourished, and I want you to be able to survive and live and thrive as one of these building blocks that is life. And him saying that he's living water, this is a refining, a purifying water. It's living, constantly going, just as God is constantly alive and moving. Just like fire refines and purifies in the same way. It's obviously I had like punishment of water, passing of water, different things like that. And that's cool and all. But I think to really grasp like the importance of kind of what I was hoping we would get to for, fire and water, especially when we venture into like spiritual warfare. Because I think what I was doing before, it didn't really mention into the spiritual warfare aspect of it. Because what does spiritual warfare actually attack?
Spirit, your heart.
Yeah, and like some of that is okay. So if you were to attack someone, physically, what would you aim at?
The heart or the head?
Okay. Maybe not so literally. Like
you asked.
Like in warfare, for example, what do you aim for? You aim for the food source.
Okay.
Your water
source. I see what you're talking about. I got you.
Yeah. Aim for the head or the heart.
Maybe the groin. If it's a playground brawl.
That's my soccer ball. That's
Damn.
the wrong
My
ball.
dad could be a pure dad. Okay, I get what you're saying.
But yeah. Yeah. So you typically aim at some of the things you find security in. Or that you have I don't want to say possession of, but like you're acquainted with it quite well.
You almost rely on it.
Yeah. So when those things end up getting attacked and compromised, well, where do you lean? Or who do you lean to? And how much does that impact, how you cope and how you I don't want to say retaliate, but how do you come back from like an ambush
How do you
attack?
rise up from it?
Yeah. Because when I hear Jesus like, I am, living water,
Mm-hmm.
drink from me and you'll never thirst again. In the same way, the word is like food in kind of the same kind of idea. And then I think of like, okay, so I think of like monasteries and different things like that where people, yep, that's what they do all the time. And some people can, fasting is a thing and they fast for a while. But yet, what's one thing they can't go without? Well, food and water. Kind of need those to survive. So you boil everything down to the basics. And I think a lot of times what spiritual warfare is strips us all the way down to the basics. And sometimes I think we don't know what our basics are. Sure, we can say, oh, yeah, it's just shelter, food, and water. But, okay, maybe physically, but what is our spiritual food? What is our spiritual water? What is our spiritual shelter? Like, there's a different plane of things, not just the physical. They can bleed over into each other.
Of course they can.
But how often have, like any of you, for example, taken the time to think of, okay, what do I actually see as my shelter? What do I find comfort in? What do I find safety in? What do I find my security in? What's my security blanket, if you will? Is that friends? Is it family? Is it alcohol? Is it gaming? What is it? And I think especially kind of what happens in spiritual warfare is I find that there's a lot of guilt that's attributed to it as well. Like, especially from me coming from a perspective of I should know better.
Sure.
Especially when it comes to like, the faith aspect for me, where it's like, oh, I should find, my worth in God and I should seek God first above all else. And then when I don't do that, then I feel guilty because I didn't. And basically, the spiritual warfare to that side of things is kind of like salt in the wound. It's trying to agitate or distract you from actually seeking and understanding what the basics are. And sometimes we just want to numb ourselves to the pain or whatever thing that's going on, and we just ignore it. So when I think of like the authority that God has over, say, shelter, food, and water, kind of going with the fire and water aspect of it here. So if God has authority over all these things, we should be confident to say, hey, it's already all, the battle's over. Like, sure, the enemy can ambush and attack, but there's nothing he can take away, because these are just the basic things that God himself provides for us. Now, this is spiritual, a lot of it, but it can also apply physically as well. Because psychologically, there's a lot of things that go hand in hand intuitively. Like if you're feeling down, well, guess what? You're not going to feel as hungry or as thirsty or, whatever. You're not going to
Sure.
feel like wanting to do anything. Or if you're in a good mood, maybe you want to eat more or different things like that. Or I don't know, whatever it is. And then there could be the inverse of that where I don't feel good, so what's my coping mechanism? Oh, well, let's eat. Like different things like that. I don't know.
It's almost like that idea of like nourishment versus gluttony, right? At least in that sense. I mean, you've got the one side where it's, oh yeah, I feel great. Let me enjoy and nourish myself. But then, oh, I don't feel good, so I'm gonna wallow in gluttony, and I don't know. It's just where my mind jumped.
I mean, there's a lot of different aspects
Sure.
to spiritual warfare in general. But I kind of wanted to take the approach of, okay, so these are like main building blocks here. So
Mhm.
the reason why fire and water specifically are mentioned a lot is because those are some of the main building blocks of life. Like physically, yes. Like fire meant, life. With it, you could see, protect yourself from enemies, like different animals in nature, different things like that. I'm thinking just, even from a basic survival standpoint. Without food, water, shelter, you're kind of SOL. But there's also another aspect to it, which involves community, that I think is often also neglected.
Yeah.
Because, well, humans are a social creature. We need community to survive, actually. I mean, my mind goes back to like COVID, for example. And I'm an introvert. I quite liked it to an extent. But even I got to the point of, well, I want to kind of talk to other people now. Instead of, well, I'm sitting at home doing nothing but Animal Crossing because apparently that's the only way to live at that point.
The vicarious my cartoon character.
They can go fishing, but I can't. Though, at the same time, I don't know if I would want to catch a tarantula in a net when it's trying to, bite me. Wouldn't be ideal, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you gotta complete the museum.
Yeah, I get
It's all about goals, Brandon.
I gotta look at the museum and go, wow,
I did that.
I spent I don't know how many hours into this game to complete this.
12 years. No, not even 12 years old. At least the Switch one. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my more serious addition. Would you like anything else to add?
No, because if I say anything, it's not going to be on topic. I'll just be real with all y'all.
Yeah, it's. Can you think of? I mean, we already kind of touched on like the flood, for example, as one of the more punishments. We'll say. I think of Jonah as well.
Yeah.
Cast me into the water. Basically to the sailors, they're like, Lord forgive us, we didn't do anything wrong. Plop. Think of Archibald and the sea with his floaty, his inner tube. We got Camille, little traveling buddy. Then a whale just go chomp. And then they have a whole song and dance inside the belly of the whale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how it went.
Yep. Veggie Tales for people who don't know. Yeah, there's different aspects of like water that there are. Obviously, there's plenty. This is just one aspect of it. Clearly we don't. Clearly I didn't know exactly the direction this would go. I was hoping
That's all right. I
could
still
go
feel like we
different
learned a
directions.
lot.
Hoping it, like, what did I even have on here to begin with? Let's see. For example, my notes right now, just like taking a look at key Bible passages that involve water. And then I just categorized them into 3 categories because they were the exact same 3 categories as the categories for the first, for fire. And I realized a lot of it was like a lot of them living water for some aspect of it, and then obviously you have the different punishment of water that you see, or you even have, and this it also kind of goes to the authority that God has over it as well, because you got water into wine, water into blood, different things like that. So like the plagues in Exodus, or water into wine, that you see elsewhere in like the New Testament. Just kind of, I mean, that would be kind of bizarre to see, though, right? Just here's water, and now it's wine. How did you ferment water? Get any notes? You didn't have Are you sure that was wine? It wasn't moonshine, was it? Just because it kind of looks like water. No.
Sitting there with their notepads, just please do tell, Professor.
So Jesus, how did you do this? The Pharisees writing everything down that's important. It's like, guys, you messed up. That's not what you're supposed to be focusing on. What?
And they're just, what are we supposed to be focusing on? I can't tell. Eyes crossed, just, what's going on?
Why is
Like
everything
deer-
spinning?
Like a bunch of deer in the headlights. What do we focus on? Surely it can't be you.
No. Yeah, we kind of already went off again.
Yeah, that's all right. That's usually a good sign that it's time to end the episode.
Yeah, probably.
But I do feel like we learned a lot. I learned a lot.
When I was talking. You can add 2 instead of for the quips and everything. I mean, those are great.
Yeah, but I taught us about the murder of crows.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's not a flock, it's a murder.
Well, we'll probably get into more of
the nitty gritty.
Yeah, more into the depths of this conversation where we actually get into like full on spiritual warfare, which I think I'm just gonna bypass what I had for the water aspect for the other. I don't know if this was better. It's probably not. Maybe it is. Who knows?
It's something that exists. It's been put into the ether.
It does indeed exist.
And now it will hang out in the void for a whopping total of 2.5 people to watch. Who that half is, I don't know.
There's half. Woo!
Did you see that? No, it's just my arm. You just took my arm.
Anyway, I guess this will probably be it for this video. Again, if you have any ideas for future videos or a script.
Oh, I had one.
You had one. Keyword had.
I can have a new one. What if we ended each video with like a choreographed dance number like they did in those movies? You know, like the end of Despicable Me where they had the dance number to the Bee Gees. What if we did that? End of every episode. Just choreographed dance number.
Yeah, but then I'd have to edit.
Who said you had to edit?
Then what dance would we do?
I don't know. I came up with the idea. I was hoping there would be some feedback. Anyways, toodles. Oh, there we go.
You're not joining in.
Yeah, no, I don't dance.